Um, and when you feel that you're intelligent, you might be, you have to know that even the most successful people in the world, they've had mentors at some point or the other, and some of them still have mentors. I can give you, or you can even Google search, the likes of Richard Branson, Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, and the likes. They've had mentors at one point or the other. So, and your drive to the right path. So, Yusuf is here, so I think I'll allow you to continue.
Yeah, then also as a depending on your relationship with your mentor, there is no formal or informal place to actually have a connection with your mentor. You know, an online platform is a very good platform. You can meet by a cup of coffee. You could meet your mentor in person, in class. What I'm trying to say is that it doesn't necessarily have to be at a particular setting. So I think I also want to talk about this mentality whereby people feel that um, you have to have a mentor that is probably.
Sorry, you have to get a mentor that is probably what we lost you.
Inspired by, you know, and your mentor cannot be somebody that you don't see. Your mentor has to have time for you. They have to constantly motivate you. It's not somebody. A role model is different from a mentor. Yeah, it's not somebody that you don't see. So it's somebody that you actually have contact with. Like I said, a mentor have like a coach, which is different from a role model. A role model is somebody that you just see up there and you just wish you can be. But your mentor has to put in time. You two have to put in the time.
Yeah. That is very true.
It's just really a thought in my head. So,
yeah, go on again.
Can you guys?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, we can.
A lot of people have spoken about I got interested in this, and I think that's really helped in my finance, journey so far. But just reflecting and thinking, that actually gave me a direction as to, and if I never sat down to speak to Robert Kiyosaki myself, or never had any form of interaction with him, I felt like the fact that I read that book once and I went back to read it again just to, assess all the stuff I've read again. I kind of feel like that's so good.
We can't hear you.
Yeah. Okay. The thing there is that see, it's when you read books, you get inspired. You learn from books. Everybody learns every day. Even when you Google search stuff, you can. In fact, Google can be if that's the term you're giving it, then Google can. A mentorship is can inspire you, can give you things that or make you see things that you don't see in a different way. But you can't ask the rich dad poor dad questions that are personal to you.
So
Mentor
that
can
is a bit
actually
more generic.
talk to you based on personal level. Yeah, they can actually talk to you on a well-defined level and actually lead you on not just on a defined path. Yeah, you might. I've read several books also whereby I get inspired to. On my personal preference.
Yeah, that's spot on. That's spot on.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry. Can I add to what Dr. Jumoke said? For me, I think I love reading books and all
Mr.
that.
Ape, you haven't introduced
like I was
yourself.
telling you,
Please introduce yourself.
is Ope Adekoye. I'm an accountant in the UK, and have me.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, I have come to realize that if I had an accountant mentor, right, I think there are some jobs I wouldn't have taken.
Okay.
There's some jobs that I would have gone for, or I would have started instead of, because I'm ACCA qualified, so instead of focusing fully on the exam, at least the mentor would have told me, oh, while you're doing your exam, can you try and do temporal job one place so as you can get an experience while you're doing the exam, you know? So I think a mentor would guide you, you know, in your own circumstance.
Yeah.
Books and virtual mentorship would give you a general guideline. It will tell you what to do in some situations. But when it comes to your specific, like Rich Dad Poor Dad, I love the book and all that. But he talks more about American real estate. But when you want to think about the UK and the Nigerian real estate, it's a different ball game. But of course, Rich Dad Poor Dad will give you a general, like, you need to think about property investing. But if you keep reading, you know, so what I'm trying to say is that Rich Dad Poor Dad will give you the general thing, but you still need someone that is in the Nigerian property sector that will like, this is how we do it here. This is what you do. You know, this is the banks you approach, blah, blah, blah. So that's my own point. Yeah, thank you.
That is very true. That is very true. Because, you know, there is one thing to know the general, to have the general information. Because I know as well that when someone was telling me about how real estate works in the UK, you know, how I can get the mortgage and all that, I was like, oh, wow. Because obviously I'm coming from Nigeria. I know that we need to do, buy land, start building. That's what I know about real estate in Nigeria, really. But, you know, it's a different ballgame when you come to the UK and when you want to have your first home, and having someone to really guide you and tell you, okay, to do this, you have to build your credit score, you have to do this, you have to do that, is very, very paramount, which you can learn from people that have actually done it, and people that have gone through that path, and they can obviously walk you through it, which is great. And for personal finance as well, you know, for me, I've struggled a lot with my personal finance, to be honest. Considering the fact that I had MSc in finance, I still struggled a lot with my personal finance, you know, living from paycheck to paycheck, you know, because obviously I got to the country.
Is that because you have an expensive lifestyle?
You know, the shining object syndrome, where you always just want to have this, have that, you know, as a young guy as well, that is always wanting to have a lot of stuff. You know, it's really affected my personal finance until, you know, I read a lot of books, and, you know, I started mingling with people that are actually doing stuff, and, you know, people that motivated me to start saving, you know, and motivated me to read even more books, to attend more seminars about personal finance, and to learn personally how I can, you know, build my financial life as well. So I feel like mentoring is very important in that aspect too. It's very, very important in personal finance, very important in, I've just put the 6 pillars of Daytopia mentoring: academic excellence, we have the personal finance, we have book publishing, career development, motivation, and then, did I put book publishing twice? Yeah, so we have the six pillars. So I believe mentoring is very, very important in those six pillars that we've selected for Daytopia mentoring. And yeah.
Sorry, I just wanted to share an experience based
Yeah,
on what
go for it, please.
Okoyemi said earlier. So before I came for my PhD, I read this book, How to Get a PhD.
Okay.
So the book actually told, it was like a step-by-step guide on how to get a PhD, how to relate with your supervisor, how to do your research, how to do your schoolwork and all that. And I had this locked up mentality in my head that, okay, this is how everything is meant to go. Now, not realizing that the book didn't take into consideration that individuals are different. Now, my supervisor is a different person, has different emotions, has different stuff going on with him on his own. So I took that. So what I'm trying to say is that sometimes reading and being unflexible with those things that we read can actually also be a disadvantage to you. You yourself as a being, you are different. And you need to understand that somebody is writing this thing from their own perspective and from their. So I came into the UK. I came back from my PhD with the mindset that, okay, I have to relate with my supervisor on this term. Unfortunately, my supervisor has 2 children that are autistic, which makes him have a very busy schedule. It makes him different. His thoughts are different. His thinking is different. Now I have to download everything I've read and start adjusting my life to his own person. And that was the only way my PhD can actually go well, So it goes back to what Okoyemi was saying, that in as much as, yes, we learn from books, we can get motivated from books. We also need to be careful so that we don't get this stereotypic definition of what these things are all about, of what finance is all about, of what academic is all about, because there are things that are peculiar to your situation, there are things that are peculiar to you yourself. And that's why you need a physical mentor that would help evaluate that situation that you are in and then be able to give you advice based on that particular situation. Yeah.
That is very true. So we, as considering the fact that individuals are different, we have different circumstances. What works with this country might not work with another country. You can read a personal finance book that's been written in America, but a lot of it won't really apply to Nigeria. Which Tosin, I think Tosin discussed the entrepreneurship. She talked about importance of mentoring in entrepreneurship. She has a company in Nigeria. So yeah, that sometimes that is why we require mentorship in our specific circumstances. So this is why Daytopia Mentoring has brought about a platform, that brings mentors and mentees together. To be honest, I feel like we are all mentees, because today, or just today that we've spoken about importance of mentoring, I've learned so much. I mean, it's been so inspiring, and, I've added so much to my knowledge about mentoring that I even did not realize. And I've put some quotes as well, that you are not too big or too small to have a mentor. A role model is different from a mentor. And, a couple of quotes before my internet went off. So I've learned so much just in one day, and I'm so excited looking to the future. So I want to thank everyone for being here. Let me just quickly talk about Daytopia mentoring. So like I said, we have the 6 pillars of Daytopia mentoring, which I've mentioned. Going forward, I think we'll stick to these Saturdays. Let me know if it's not so convenient for you, and let's see how we can, tweak it a little bit. But we'll stick to Saturdays. We want to have the commitment at first, so we know that, okay, Saturdays, we know that we're having a very eventful session like this one, where we can all get together and learn, add to our knowledge, and be motivated. So we'll be doing it weekly. We'll have each pillars will have their own week. So next week can be personal finance week, where one or two mentors under that personal finance can come and talk about, personal finance, topics under personal finance. So each week we'll have their own mentors that will come in and talk about stuffs, motivate us, guide us, give us advice in that aspect, basically. We plan to give gifts for the most active person on the platform, because we always see the most active person on the platform every now and then. So we'll always give gifts to the person that has been the most active on the platform every month. I won't tell you what the gift is, but yeah, we'll be giving gifts. And the personal finance week, we have gifts as well, and we are trying to have collaboration with some partners too. One of them will be giving us free access to their educational platform or whatever. But I'll put the updates, and I'll always send email. The admin will always send emails anyways to everyone, and would always inform you about the next session. And just like I've sent the link out this week, we'll always continue to send links out so that it will be easy for you to just come in. I know it was difficult for some to really get the grips of how to join and everything, but I think after this session it should be fine moving forward. But anyways, we'll still send the links, and you can just click in and then come onto the session, which will be great and very comfortable for everyone. The aim of this Daytopia mentoring is to get us motivated, get advice in different aspects of life. We learn from each other, and at the end of the day, we want to see personal development. We want to celebrate our goals together. We want to develop together, which is the aim of the mentoring program. So it's basically not really mentoring. It's not a mentor-mentee kind of thing. Everyone, we are all learning from each other as we go along, which is great. Also, every week we would recognize our mentors on social media. We want to, obviously, because you are putting in the time, we want to recognize each and every mentor that we have. The mentor of the week, something like that. We'll be doing that as well. And yeah, let's see how we get on from there. But this week, today has been very eventful, and we've had Sarah, we've had Dr. Adejumoke, Opeyemi, Tosin, AK talk about importance of mentoring, and we've been able to learn from all of them. And I thank you all for your participation. So apologies for the timing of today's event, because I forgot that we are actually 1 hour ahead in the UK, and I just realized that, oh my days, people have been waiting in the on the platform. Me, I was thinking it was 12. I still had like 45 minutes to go, but people have waited. So apologies for that. Moving forward, we'll always consider that, and we should be fine moving forward anyway. So I want to thank everyone. Do we have any questions for any person that has spoken today? Or if you want to add to importance of mentoring, if you want to ask questions about Daytopia, please feel free to ask, and then after the questions, we'll just end it. So go on and ask questions if you'd love to.
Hi, everyone. I'd just like to say something. I just want to make a contribution to add to what has been said.
Yeah, go on, please.
So it's been an interesting event so far, and particularly and the others who spoke about the mentorship in terms of being aligned with a mentor that fits your realities, and also having to relearn and unlearn some things, and not strictly following books like motivational books and other things. It's a really wonderful
knowledge that I have not always known about. Like it's something I just learned. And that brings me to the fact that being a mentor doesn't mean that the person is not in a position of learning. Just because you're a mentee doesn't mean that you would always be the one learning while the is the one that is the know it all, that is the person that knows it all. As a mentor, I and other mentors, we also have our experiences that we've had and those that we're yet to have. So we are also learning. There are also times in our life where we do not know what is going our way, or we're not certain of things. Like every day we learn things. So all of us are learners on this platform. So as a mentee, when you come on this platform, don't just see it as a means to come and learn from people, hear from people. Also see it as a means to share your knowledge so that we could also learn from you. Like Yusuf said earlier, it's a we should see it as a peer-to-peer platform where we get to exchange knowledge and see that mentors aren't perfect beings. Like we all have our ups and downs as human beings. So we have times where we haven't met up to expectations, or we haven't attained some goals, or we've had some failures. Like in my case now, when I tell people that, oh, I got a UK scholarship, they see it as if I just applied one time to just that one scholarship and I got it. And I told them that no, it's a rocky road. There were lots of things that I had to do. There were scholarships. There were other things, scholarships that I applied for, even with the presence of my mentor, that it didn't work out. So also see your mentor as someone who is developing, like the person is going through their learning phase as well, not as a perfect being. So all of us, we are all learning, and we would get there someday. But don't see the mentor as a god or goddess. See the mentor as someone that is learning as much as you are, and whatever you have to share with the mentor, that would be good. Don't just come with the mind to take from the mentor, but also as a mentee, come with the mind to share. So it would be wonderful to have a symbiotic relationship on this platform. And yeah, I believe we'll all achieve great things as the weeks go by. Thank you.
Also, can I just quickly say this? For the program to be very successful, and for you to actually learn as much as the author once said, it's important that you are committed and you dedicate your time to it. Now, I personally would tell you that I'm a very busy person, and I am sure that you also are a very busy person. We are also very busy people in our general lives. So when you have an appointment, or when you are meant to be when you are meant to probably attend or join into a session, it's very important that you keep up to time, and you are there and ready to learn also. It is very, very important. Like Sarah said, we are all learning. So I am coming with the intention of learning from you, and you are also coming with the intention of learning. So we have to put time on that community. What I'm trying to say is that you won't learn as much as you're meant to learn if you are not committed to the process. It's important for you to be committed to the process.
All right, thank you, Jimmy and Sarah. Let me just quickly add. So we've spoken a lot about responsibilities of a mentor. So I think it's important that we know how to, carry ourselves as mentees as well. So do you engage a mentor, and how do you strengthen that relationship? So I have a mentor, and I'll tell you part of the things that I do to maintain that relationship. The first thing is when you have any engagement with your mentor, you have to listen actively, right? Make clarification if you need to make clarification. Make sure that you pay attention and don't miss out on subtle points that they may make. Then you should also always be ready for honest feedback. So they may tell you things that, everybody wants to hear good things about themselves, right? but it's possible that they notice something that is not good and they tell you, but they're willing to take those feedback and be willing to make amendments, because at the end of the day, they are trying to make a better person.
Yeah.
Um, okay. Yeah, they're trying to make you a better person and help you achieve your career goals. Then be open-minded, when you're having the conversation with your mentor. You don't have to be closed-minded. You don't have to, you have a position that you've taken before the meeting, and then, you don't want to, you don't want to change your position. So you always learn, you can unlearn some things and relearn new things, right? Then one more important thing is you've got to be committed to time and schedules, right? So if we have a meeting for 10 o'clock, let that 10 be 10. You're not going to be doing Nigerian time with your mentor. Remember, these are very busy people, so you can't afford to waste their time. If you waste their time, they're not going to take you seriously. Then it might affect your relationship with that mentor. You can schedule, meeting with your mentor at intervals. If it's going to be monthly, quarterly, depending on their availability. you know. Then one other thing you could do is you can find areas of interest with your mentor, right? So it's not going to be a relationship where only one person is giving, and even though you may not have much to give, but you can try to contribute to that relationship in some ways. For example, I can look if I know my mentor is someone that you know likes the stock market, for example. So if I come across any article, talking about the stock market or anything that relates to his interest, I can share with him, right? So by the time I share with him, it helps, with the bonding. They know that you're not just willing to learn from them, that you
Yeah.
are willing to help them learn in their own area of interest as well.
True.
So it's important to have that. Then finally, always show appreciation, right? Show appreciation with they've created time for you. They are not obliged to do it. You're not paying them to do it, but because they are interested in your growth, and be grateful for the time they spent with you. So that will be all from me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Gira. So yeah, I've been able to write some things down. So you have to list. You have to listen attentively. You have to make sure you pay attention to subtle points and be ready for feedbacks, which is very important. Be open-minded. Of course, if you are not open-minded, how can you learn? How can you grow? So be committed as well, because I'll tell you, I've been with Sheriff, I've always told him if any prospective mentee do not go through the process, we won't be accepting them, because we want to see the commitment at first. We don't just want we don't want the numbers. Right now we are 50, 55, I think. We don't just want the numbers. We want, if we have 55, we want 55 committed people. You understand? We need people that are committed, people that will bring positive vibes to it. We don't want people that will just add to the numbers. We want people that already they are very motivated about their whatever it is they are doing. They are already motivated. They just need some guidance or something to, they would need a platform or a community of people that are also motivated, to go even further in life or in whatever they are doing. So that is exactly what Daytopia mentoring is about. A community of people that are already motivated and they are committed, so that we can have this positive energy in the community. So the mentoring is just not restricted to the Saturdays sessions. It's not restricted to just today. We need to communicate. There's a social app on the platform where I think I put a couple of messages on there, so you can always put messages there. We can always respond to it, give your thoughts on certain topics. You can just ask questions on the platform and get the conversation going on the platform. So it's not just Saturdays that, okay, I know that, okay, this Saturday is Daytopia. No, is a continuous thing. Is every day. Is something we have to be committed to, because it's not it's about our progress at the end of the day. So please be. Oh, so please, sorry, I was just reading. So please be committed to this, and then it's only when we are committed that we can see results. At the end of the day, we want to be able to share our results and, you know, be happy for each other, which is the aim of the program. And yeah, does anyone have any other thing to say or to add to it? Okay then. Yeah, let's just end this session today, and next week Saturday we'll have a session, same time. We'll have a session on personal finance. I think admin. Anyways, we'll get to you on it, but we'll have another session same time Saturday, and then we'll kick off from there. I think yeah, today has been great. Today is you know, a very positive start of the Daytopia mentoring program, which I really appreciate you guys for. Thank you so much for coming on the program, and hopefully this is the start of something great in all of our lives. Thank you so much, guys. I'll be ending this session here, and next week I'll see everyone again, hopefully. And those that sent me messages why they've not been able to join, hopefully they'll join us next session, and we'll have a full house next week. So thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, everyone. And then please feel free to communicate in the chat section. I mean, on the platform, and then we'll have conversations going on the platform as well. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah.
Connect with you all. Hoping to.
Yeah. All right, see you guys.
Thank you, guys. Enjoy your weekend.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Even though I didn't participate that much. Thank you.
Mr. Julius.
I've been following you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining. Hopefully we'll see you next week again. All right, thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.
The recording will be in the platform as well. I'll put it up on the platform so you can all have access to this recording. And for those that couldn't make it, or if you didn't, if you were off for a while, you'll be able to watch it, and you'll be able to get the information that you've missed on this episode today. So I'll post the recording on the platform right now, and then I'll send the links to you. Thank you so much, everyone.